Good morning students, this is new lesson of class 7 science physics, that lesson is heat. So you are all familiar with the term heat, right? When you are cooking, when you are eating, if your food is hot means you will have more bites than the colder foods. So this is in this class we are going to discuss about the heat lesson. So before going to the lesson, let us discuss the some terms or remember the some terms. Here I have written. So the terms to remember, first thing is thermometric liquid, right? So it is the liquid used to measure the liquid used to measure the thermometer, that is read the temperature based on the expansion of heat. When if you give the more heat to any object, so that is measured with the help of this liquid, right? So that is used in the thermometer, right? So that liquid we call it as thermometric liquid. A liquid is used in thermometer to read the temperature based on the expansion of heat. Expansion means increasing of heat. Next, transfer of heat. So transfer means what? So here we are going to transfer the heat from hotter end to the colder end. It means from hotter body to the colder body we are going to transfer the heat. So that is called as a transfer of heat. Next, conduction. So this was the one of the method to transfer heat from one body to another body. So here the definition for conduction is the mode of heat transfer in which heat flows from hotter body to the colder body or else hotter to the colder part. So here this was the one of the method of transferring the heat from one body to another body, right? In which the heat flows from hotter. Hotter means more hot, its temperature is more than the other bodies. So from there to the colder body, less temperature body. So there it is transferring. That is the conduction method. So next is convection. So this is also another method of transferring heat from one body to another body. So here the definition for convection is the mode of heat transfer in which actual cyclic movement of hot and cold particles takes place. So here it is cyclic. So when a body gets heated, so it transfers to the lower parts, it's a colder body. Again it is a cyclic process. So that we call it as a convection. So convection means what? The mode of heat transfer in which actual cyclic movement of hot and cold particles takes place. So this is the convection method. Next, third method is transfer of heat, that is radiation. So radiation means you have seen the sun, it's radiating its light all over the world. So like this on the earth. So the radiation means the mode of transfer of heat or the mode of transfer of heat directly from hotter body to a colder body, having no contact between them and without help of any medium. So you have seen the sun, without the help of any medium, it radiates he spreads his light all over the world or on the earth or in solar system. So like that radiation it is the mode of transfer of heat directly from a hotter body to colder body. So from without any help or by touching any object, then also it feels hot. So that type of transfer of heat we call as a radiation. So without the help of any medium, here there is no help to transfer the heat from one body to another body. That we call it as a radiation. So if you stand in front of hot particle, you will feel after some time you will feel that you are going to feel the hotness of that object. So that is a form of radiation, that is transferring radiation from water particles to your body. Next thing, heat observer. Heat observer is the body that absorbs heat energy from the surrounding. So from the surrounding, the object which absorbs the heat, we call it as a heat observer. Next, heat radiation or heat radiator. So that is also same, the body that radiates, it means it releases the heat energy to the surroundings. So those bodies we call as a heat radiators. So next term is heat. So the definition of heat is what? Heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness and coldness. So this is the definition of heat. So heat is a form of energy. So that which causes the sensation of hotness or coldness. So example, you rub your hands. Against each other. So see, after some time your hands will become warm. So this is due to the kinetic energy. While you are rubbing your hands, the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy. So this was an example of heat, how heat is produced. If you rub your hands continuously, then what happens? The kinetic energy while you are doing, that is converted into heat energy. This was one of the example of how heat is produced. And when you know that our vehicles, bus, car, and many vehicles that runs on the petrol and diesel, right? So what happens when these vehicles runs on the petrol or diesel, that produces heat. So that heat energy is used to convert into mechanical energy. So by this action the vehicles run, right? This is also an example that how heat is produced, right? So while anything you are churning, it means water. In the mixture you are churning or water is vigorously mixed with the fruit. So what happens, when you touch the that juice, then you feel the hot. Why? Because it is continuously stirred in the mixture, that's why it feels hot. So this is one of the example for the production of heat, how heat is produced. So here, when a body is heated, its energy increases. So when the body is heated, so that body's energy increases. When it is cold, it means it is cool. Then the heated body is cool, then its energy decreases. Okay, next, units of heat. So here we are going to measure the heat in the two ways. That is non-SI unit. It means non-SI international system of international units. On that the basis also we are going to measure the heat. Also in terms of SI unit also we are going to measure the heat. So first in terms of non-SI unit. So this was the old one. This was old one. That was adapted in the our ancestors uses this term. That is, we are going to measure the heat in terms of non-SI system. That is calories or else kilocalories. In terms of this, we are going to measure the heat. This is in terms of non-SI unit. SI means system of international. Right. So next, now at the present days, the heat we are going to measure in terms of SI unit, that is system of international. That is in terms of SI unit, the heat SI unit is joule. So in terms of joule we are going to measure the heat. Now present, the heat is measured in terms of joule. Right? These are the two units of the heat, that is non-SI unit, Kelvin or kilocalories. In SI unit, joule. So the relationship between the Kelvin and kilocalorie, let us see here. So first thing, 1 kilocalorie. 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. Right? So in notation we can write like this: 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. So kilo means what? 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1000. So it means 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. So we can write like this also: 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. So also here 1 kilojoule. Now we have told that kilo means 10 to the power 3, that is equal to 1000. So 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joules. So we can denote like this also: 1 kilojoule, that is kJ is equal to 1000 joules. Right? So see here, 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joule. 1 calorie is equal to 1 calorie is equal to how much joules? That is equal to 4.184 joules. So 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. So see here, 1 kilocalorie is equal to how many joules? We are going to calculate here. So 1 kilocalorie. So 1 kilocalorie is equal to, normally I told you that 1000 joules. So 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 joules. So it means here 1 calorie value is how much? 4.184. So here 1000 into 1 calorie value is how much joule? 4.148 joules. So 1000 into 4.1484 joules. So therefore 1 kilocalorie is equal to how many joules means 4184 joules. So this is the value of 1 kilocalorie. So 1 kilocalorie is equal to 4184 joules. So this is the relationship between the what? Calorie and joule. So this is the relationship between calorie and joule. That is 1 calorie is equal to 1.84 joules. So next thing is hot and cold. So when you touch any substance or any object, then you are going to feel the hotness of that object or else coldness of that object. So suppose when you touch the cold water, then you feel the coldness of that water, right? When or else you touch the hot water, then you are going to feel the hotness of that water. So example, when you touch while drinking the cold drinks or that soft drinks like cola, Pepsi, Sprite, then you are going to feel the coldness of that juice or the drink. While you are having the tea, boost, coffee, then you are going to feel the hotness of that drink. That is coffee and cold. This is the hot and coldness of that object. Okay students, I hope you understand these concepts whatever I taught in this class. So next class we are going to see the next term in the heat chapter, that is the next concept, that is temperature. I hope you all understood this term. Thank you. Have a nice day.